Well, this is kind of something new. So what's going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, not Omega Ruby, something completely different. Alpha Sapphire, and today's challenge will be: can I beat Pokemon Hardcore What did I even say? Can I beat Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Hardcore Nuzlocke with only Ash's Pokemon? Now, if you guys do not know who Ash Ketchum is, he's obviously the protagonist of the Pokemon anime. But before we get into this challenge, I actually have a sponsor for this video, so I'll roll the ad. This video is sponsored by Dragon City. Dragon City is a social networking strategy mobile game, free on both Android and iOS devices. Collect over 1,000 different dragons and build your own dragon empire. Breed 2 dragons together and hatch them, feed them to evolve. You can also train your dragons and take them to battle to make them more powerful with the different PvP modes. Click the link in the description and get a special free reward: 15,000 food plus 30,000 gold plus 10 gems. This reward is only available for new players and for 7 days. So please click the link in the description or the pinned comment down below. Download Dragon City and start your dragon empire. Alright, we're back. Thank you again. Obviously, I only working with sponsors because you guys are awesome and support my channel. This is not in the script. I do not have a script. So I'm just saying this. I actually genuinely mean that. I do not have a script. Anyways, let's actually get into the video. The rules are basically simple: Nuzlocke and hardcore mode. So Nuzlocke first. The first Pokemon in each route is the only Pokemon we can capture. In our case, any of Ash's Pokemon is fair game as long as they're catchable in the game and as long as they were the first encounter in the route that I encounter. It will make more sense in the future, but you understand my point. And as well, fainting equals death in this challenge run. It's kind of annoying, but it has to be like that. Now we add the hardcore mode, which is no items inside a battle, but held items are always okay. You have to play on set mode, which means you cannot switch out your Pokemon after you beat another Pokemon. No overleveling. Overleveling makes the game a little easier. So as you can see on the bottom left, there's a level counter. That will be the highest level you can get to, which will be the 8th Pokemon of each gym leader. And if we are able to get to the Elite 4, there will be one standard level cap. And once we enter the Elite 4, wherever Pokemon gains XP is wherever gains XP. And finally, the most important rule of every single challenge video on my channel: each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Here are the nicknames I picked out for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down here, please do not forget to leave a like. Comment down below some themed teams you want me to try on Hardcore Nuzlocke or any challenge ideas at all. And subscribe if you guys are not already. It really help my channel. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. To start off, Ash only has one Hoenn starter Pokemon, which is actually a Sceptile. Luckily, he decided to evolve his Trico all the way into a Sceptile, or this challenge video will be way harder than it's supposed to be. So our first Pokemon will be Trico on our team, which is very nice. We're going to go through the tutorial fight. Once we actually head past Petalburg City into Route 104, we're able to capture our first Pokemon of Ash's team, which is going to be Taillow. Unfortunately, this Taillow is actually a negative attack nature. I keep getting those, which is so frustrating to work with, but it is what it is. As we head into the first gym town of the game in Rustboro City, and we face up against the first gym leader of the game in general. We're gonna face up against Roxanne. Roxanne is gonna be the rock type gym leader, and we're gonna start the battle using our Trico against her. Obviously, we're gonna have a really easy time fighting against her because we have a grass type Pokemon to defend ourselves. We're gonna knock out her Geodude, but we have to still be careful though, because the rock tombs can add up and they can outspeed me. But luckily in this game, Roxanne only has 2 Pokemon, so I'm able to Mega Drain down the Geodude and Mega Drain down the Nosepass without too much trouble. Level ourselves up to level 15, as the level cap for next gym will be level 16, so we're able to evolve our Trico into a Grovyle. And we could also train up our Taillow now as we head into Duver Island and face off against the second gym leader of the game. We're gonna face off against Brawly. Brawly's gonna be the fighting type gym leader. I don't really like his redesign in his gym. It doesn't really look that cool. But we're gonna face off against Brawly. We're gonna start the battle against us using Machop. We're gonna start the battle using our Taillow. Taillow's actually getting 2-shot to Machop using Wing Attack. I get a little scared because it does a lot of damage using Seismic Toss, but I'm able to knock out the Machop and then 2-shot knock out the Makuhita, as it just doesn't do anything. I swear, Brawly used to be one of the hardest gym leaders ever created. I don't know what happened. I swear he was actually hard. It seems like times has changed as we give Steven Stone the letter. Just simple things like that. Do you get anything for giving Steven the letter? I mean, besides the game progressing, because you already have the XP share. So what do you really get from that? I actually don't remember. Anyways, we're gonna head into Sleeper City, and after Sleeper City, we're gonna barely beat our rival. As you can see, it gets really annoying. But once we do, we're gonna head into Marvel City, which we're gonna head into the gym directly. The gym in Marvel City will be the electric gym of the game. Unfortunately though, they have a lot of steel type Pokemon, so they're gonna be a bit more difficult to face off against. The max cap for this will be level 21, but I want to get close to level 22, so once I beat a Pokemon, it could obviously grow up to level 22. We're actually gonna face off against Watson next. We're gonna start the battle against Watson using our Grovyle against his Magnemite. We have a Cherry Berry on our Grovyle to avoid a Thunder Wave, as we build up power on a Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter is a move that boosts its power the more you use it. So luckily we do not get paralyzed, and we're able to knock out the Magnemite, and then it's gonna force in the Magneton. We're able to Fury Cutter it down, get hit with Supersonic, which is fine because I don't hit myself in confusion, and I'm able to survive one more Magnet Bomb, and then Fury Cutter will knock out the Magneton, and we grow to level 22. As he sends a Voltorb next, I decided to switch into my Tailload. Hindsight, I should have actually stayed in. I would knock out the Voltorb, but I did not know it's gonna charge up. So I'm gonna quick attack twice with the Voltorb, and if it was up, oh my god, if only I just stayed in, I would actually knock out the Voltorb, and we lose our Taillow unfortunately. But I'm able to send in my Grovyle. Does not get paralyzed. I'm able to quick attack and knock out the Voltorb, and we beat Watson for the 3rd gym badge of the game. Unfortunately, our Taillow actually died in the process of that, so we're down a Pokemon already, and we don't have too many Pokemon to choose from. So our first death in the game comes of that. Once we head forwards past Marvel City, we're going to head into the Fiery Path, and there are 2 options for Ash's Pokemon in this, a Torkoal or a Grimer. Obviously the Grimer evolves to Muck, which Ash has. Unfortunately, we run into Grimer. I was looking forward to Torkoal because it would have made the future battles a bit more easier and a bit more manageable, but we captured ourselves a Grimer, which at this point I'm like, oh my god, this run is useless. I don't know what to do. I actually don't know how to progress with this. It's a Grimer. Like, what does Grimer even do? So I decided to move forward with this, and it actually trolled me because once I came back from Meteor Falls, I head into Fiery Path, and I found myself Torkoal as my first encounter. This game trolls me too bad, but I'm able to go into Mount Chimney, face off against a Maxi here, beat down Maxi because he actually swaggers me up, boost my attack stat, and then we're able to beat Archie. And then we head into Lava Ridge Town next. Lava Ridge Town will have the 4th gym in the city. We're going to face up against Flannery, which is going to be the 4th gym leader. She's also a fire type gym leader, so it's going to be a little difficult. Our game plan is to actually start off the battle using our Grimer against her. So Grimer is going to set up Minimize against her. Unfortunately, Slugma starts out the battle really strong using Overheat. We take about half to it. Luckily, it doesn't have the sun up to hit me with that, so I'm able to get 3 Minimize up, which maximizes my evasion stat, and then I'm able to Mud Bomb, knock out the Slugma for us. Waste her Hyper Potion as well. Also learned Sludge Bomb in the following process, which is nice. And then she can switch up to a new move. I'm to Mud Bomb it, and then she decides to Sunny Day up, so I'm able to 2-shot the new move, knock it out. And then she can switch out to a Torkoal. I'm going to Sludge Bomb it, get a Poison, and then avoid the Overheat. Sludge Bomb once again, avoid the Overheat, and then Poison will knock out the Torkoal, and we beat Flannery. Oh my god. Oh, that was actually a very close fight. If Overheat hit at any point, I do not think Grovyle can do anything, so we would have lost on spot. There's not a lot of options for Ash's Pokemon outside of this, so we have to go back into Paddlebrick City with only our 2 Pokemon. Grimer actually is holding his own as he knocks out his other Pokemon, so I don't need to hold his hand the whole time. Once we are done with this fight, we're going to face off against Norman. Norman's going to be the 5th gym leader of the game. We're going to start the battle against him very similarly using our Grimer. Grimer is going to minimize in front of the Slacking as he yawns me down, which is fine. He can put me to sleep as long as I get my evasion up. He's going to try to Encore me. I obviously avoid the attack. And then in the following turn, I'm able to Sludge Bomb and dodge all his moves he's trying to hit me with. He does have Bane Attack, which I'm confused by why he's not using. I also use one of his Hyper Potion on this first Slacking, which is the less threatening one. So I'm able to poison down the Slacking and then eventually knock him out using Sludge Bomb. And then he's going to switch out to his Vigoroth next. Vigoroth decided to use Feint Attack more often than the Slacking, so it's actually more dangerous. I also miscalculate where I fall asleep on this turn, so I take more Feint Attacks than I really wanted to. But I wake up eventually, I'm able to knock out the Vigoroth. And then at this point, I know the Ace Slacking has Chip Away, so I do not want to risk it because I know Chip Away ignores my stat boost, so evasion doesn't work right here. So I decided to switch into my Grovyle. I'm hoping I could tank a hit. It actually swaggers me, which is confusing. So I could outspeed him, Leaf Blade him on his Truant turn, and then Leaf Blade him once again. And we end up not losing a single Pokemon. Which, again, luckiness wins everything. I thought I was going to take a Chip Away and then Leaf Blade him twice to knock him out in Overgrowth range. But Confusion actually works out pretty well for us. From there, we're going to have access into the HM Surf, which is going to be useful. We're going to travel the world pretty much freely as a 10-year-old. And we're also going to learn the move Sludge Wave, which I don't know why. I really love Sludge Wave for no reason. Sludge Wave is like one of my favorite moves because it's like 95 power and it's a poison move. It's kind of incredible if you think about it. Anyways, from there, we're going to get the Good Rod from a fisherman. And we're able to fish in this route, in Route 117, I think, something like that. 112, 114, something around those numbers. We're not looking for a Magikarp. We're going to look for something more rare. We're going to find ourselves a Corphish. Now, Corphish is one of Ash's Pokemon. Unfortunately, it does not fully evolve, but it is one of Ash's Pokemon, so we're able to catch ourselves a Corphish. Put that on the team, of course. And immediately, you can see Corphish is already a contributor as we head into the next fight against Winona. Winona's giving the Flying type gym leader of the game. We're going to start the battle using our Grammar against her. Steam strategy, we use a minimize. We're trying to minimize up against the Swallow because it's the only strategy I could really think of. I know it has Aerial Ace, but I have a Citrus Berry on. Bear with me. I'm able to Sludge Wave, knock out the Swallow in 2 shots. As he knocks me down to red HP, this will force in the Altaria. I do not know why, but Altaria does not want to Aerial Ace me. It only wants to Earthquake me, and then I could Sludge Wave him twice, and I'm able to switch into my Grovyle. And Grovyle can survive any move, and I'm able to Rock Tomb it and knock him out at this point. So her ace goes down, and then she's going to switch out to a Pelipper. I was actually completely down for my Grammar to go out and let my Grammar die, so I could use my Grovyle to revenge kill the Altaria, but it actually works out completely fine where my Grammar does not die at all. And I'm able to switch into my Corphish in the back to knock out the Skarmory for us. With a Mystic Water attached to it, I'm able to completely preserve my entire team against Winona, which is actually a godsend because all I really need right now is to keep my Sceptile. I don't really need anyone else after this battle, but I'm able to keep all 3 of them. From there, though, there is a few things for us to do once we are done with Winona. Our Grovyle evolves to a Sceptile. Now I actually forget to change the layout over there, so Grovyle is going to be on the layout. Just pretend it's a Sceptile and we'll move on from there. From here, though, we're going to move south of Fortree City into this patch of grass where we find ourselves a Light Ball. Now this is a precursor into what we're doing because we're heading into the Safari Zone. There are multiple options into the Safari Zone. There's a Heracross, there's a Donphin, but surprisingly, the Pokemon we want is not a Wobbuffet. We almost get trapped by a Wobbuffet, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst situation possible. Leaf Blade luckily knocks out the Wobbuffet for me, and I don't have to deal with that situation again. God, that was scary. But anyways, from there, though, we want to capture ourselves a Pikachu. Now, why Pikachu? Pikachu has a purpose we're going to have to use it for in the future. But outside of that, Pikachu is going to be our newest Pokemon on our team, and we're going to head into this Fisherman Hut. We're also going to get the Eviolite, which we're going to put on our Corphish. From there, though, we're going to head into the Team Aqua Hideout. For some reason, I decided to get very directionally dumb. I completely forget where I am, and I get lost for this like 10 minutes. I was like, where am I going? Why did he keep putting me in a circle? I don't know how. A game specifically made to trick 10-year-olds, trick me, a 21-year-old man. If you ever feel low about yourself, just rewatch this part of my video. Anyways, we're going to clear through the Team Aqua Hideout with a really cool move by Muck, as you can see. Oh yeah, we evolved Muck. Then we're going to head into Moss Deep City. Moss Deep City is going to have the 7th gym leader of the game. The 7th gym leader of the game will be Tate and Liza. It's going to be a double battle fight. So we're going to start the battle against them using our Sceptile and a Corphish. Corphish obviously has the Eviolite, which will boost its defense because it's not a fully evolved Pokemon. And we also have a Megastone with a Sceptile on it, so we can Leaf Blade and knock out the Solrock to start the battle. Because I know it has Flamethrower. It's kind of the scarier one. So one shot, knock out the Solrock. And I'm able to Crab Hammer and knock out the Lumitone in one shot as well. And our Pokemon are ridiculously powerful, as you see. So beat Tate and Liza on the first turn. It's just simple as that. After that, we're going to head into Shoal Cave. We're going to change the time into Low Tide and catch ourselves a Snow Run. And that will be the final member of Ash's team. And from there though, we're gonna meet with Kyogre. Kyogre decides to drown the world. This is a very cool animation. I actually really love these animations, so I'm just gonna let you watch it as I talk over it. I'm just gonna like gush over it real quick. Look at this cutscene. What is this? This is so cool. When I first saw this, I was at least a 16-17-year-old boy. I still love that. It was so cool to watch. And this primal reversion into primal Kyogre is so cool looking. Unfortunately, we gotta face off against him though. So this is the part where Pikachu comes in handy. I know it's gonna set up brains, so I just teach Pikachu Thunder. I know it's gonna outspeed him. So Thunder, and then I'm just gonna sack my Pikachu to the origin post, obviously. But luckily, I got paralyzed on the Kyogre, and then I'm able to Thunderbolt the Kyogre and knock him out. And just a 2-turn knockout the Kyogre, and we beat the Kyogre without losing a single Pokemon. We were supposed to lose Pikachu in that fight because I was considering my Sceptile to finish off the job. Because Pikachu, I didn't think Pikachu was able to one-shot it. Surprise, surprise, Pikachu was able to hold its own. From there though, we're gonna head into the 8th gym, and this puzzle is very annoying because I don't have a circle pad. I do not have a D-pad. I have a Pro controller that I'm using for my emulators, so it's kind of annoying to control. But from there, we're gonna phase out again to a Wallace. Wallace can be the 8th gym leader of the game. We're gonna start the battle using our demonic Pikachu. Thunderbolt one-shots. I love this, as you see. And then I'm able to switch into my Sceptile, which will Mega Evolve one-shot the Malachite, which was so dangerous. I don't know how dangerous this thing is. Like, it is crazy. No, unfortunately, I gained the Dragon type. It is a curse and also a blessing because I am 4 times weak to ice moves now, but I'm also 4 times stronger. So Leaf Blade would knock out the Celio, knock out the Wish Cash, knock out the Sea King, and we're done. We get the 8 gym badge pretty easily. And boom, just like that, we get all 8 gym badges. We're gonna head into Victory Road next. Victory Road was pretty easy for us. We just want to get our Pokemon up to the maximum cap level before we head into the Leaf 4. Once we're done with all that though, we're gonna head into the Leaf 4 and then do our final preparations. We obviously want to give our Sceptile the Mega Stone, give a Corphish the Eviolite, Light Ball into my Pikachu, the Lax Incense into my Glalie, and then a Citrus Berry into my Muck, and we should be ready. And then from there, we're gonna face off against Sydney first. Sydney's gonna be the Dark type gym leader of the game. He's gonna start the battle against us using his Mightyena. I decided to start the battle using my Pikachu. Undoubtedly so, Pikachu might be the GOAT Pokemon. I decided to use Thunder straight up. Thunder does not miss apparently. Thunder one-shots his Mightyena as he switch out to his Shift Tree. Obviously get out of here. I once Volt Switch into my Sceptile because Sceptile obviously has X-Scissor, and we're able to one-shot the Shift Tree to its face. And at this point, I mean, all the Dark types on his team is really just dead because I'm able to X-Scissor knock out the Absol as well. One shot down the Sharpedo. They really should have gave them Megas. I know they had Megas in the rematch, but they really should have gave them Megas. I'm just saying, in my opinions. It's a remake for a reason. Knock out the Cacturne, and we beat Sydney pretty easily. Next up, we're going to head into the next chamber of the game. We're going to face off against Phoebe. Phoebe's going to be the Ghost type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle against her using our Pikachu, and this is where Pikachu goes completely crazy. I was like, I don't think Pikachu's going to be that good. So Pikachu, go out, use Thunder, because I'm not supposed to have Pikachu at this point. So Thunder knocks out the Dusclops in one shot, as you see, and then he can switch out to the Sableye. Thunder knocks him out in one shot. Thunder knocks out the Bayonetta in one shot as well. And I'm like, maybe I'm pushing my luck. Thunderbolt this time. Thunderbolt one shots the Bayonetta, and finally her last Pokemon will be a Dusknoir. I didn't want to risk it, so I'll Volt Switch into my Glalie in the back. Glalie will survive a lot of hits, as you see, and eventually just kind of get forced out by the Fire Punch. So I decided to switch into my Sceptile. Sceptile was able to Mega and then Leaf Blade knock out the Dusknoir for us. And we are done facing off against Phoebe, as you can see. So that was pretty eventful how Pikachu just destroyed the entirety of Phoebe's team. So next up, we're going to face off against Glacia. Glacia can be the Ice type Elite Four member. We'll start a battle against her using our Pikachu. It's always Pikachu in this. Really risk it with Thunder to one-shot the Glalie and then just stay in. I'm like, Thunder again. I missed the Thunder for once. Unfortunately, I keep missing. This is where the part I missed Thunder, the crucial moment I missed Thunder. And then I decided to Volt Switch to preserve, obviously, my Pikachu. Switch out into my Glalie. Luckily, Glalie can stall this out because it has Ice Body and everything. I'm able to crunch and knock out the Frostlass, but she has another one in the back, so it's kind of annoying. She decides to send out her Wall Ring. Glalie, you are a really great Pokemon, but you are doing no damage to the Wall Ring. Unfortunately, it forces him into a full restore, so I decided to switch out into my Muck, and Muck finally 1v1 the Wall Ring. He gets frozen. Luckily, he thaws out, and then she can switch out to her Frostlass. I'm like, I have no counters for this. So I decided to switch out into my Corphish. I'm able to survive a Shadow Ball into a Crab Hammer. I'm like, I wish I have an Aqua Jet. Unfortunately, I don't. Can full restore up. I'm able to Crab Hammer once again, and I'm like, for sure, I cannot survive a hit. So I gotta risk it all. Switch out into my Sceptile next. Sceptile cannot live any ice move. Luckily, it actually used Shadow Ball against me. So I'm able to Mega up. A Leaf Blade will knock out the Frostlass for us. And then finally, her last Pokemon will be a Glalie. It's not gonna be Mega, so I just decided to stay in. Leaf Blade, just cross my fingers. Luckily, Leaf Blade will one-shot the Glalie into the face with a crit. And we beat Glacia just by the skin of our teeth. Next up, we're going to face up against Drake. Drake's going to be the Dragon-type Elite Four member. We're going to start a battle against him using our Sceptile, of course. Sceptile obviously is a part Dragon-type once he Megas. Dragon Claw will knock out the Altaria. One-shot it, boom. And then she can send out her Kingdra, which gets one-shot it as well. I gain up to level 57, which is a very strong level to have in the Elite Four. He actually sends out his Salamence next. I'm like, maybe I don't risk this. I decided to switch in my Glalie, and Glalie takes about a little less than half, so I decided to stay in, use Ice Fang against him, and I actually one-shot him using Ice Fang. So Glalie's putting in work right now. He actually destroyed Salamence right there. I wish I had Ice Shard to knock out the Flygon right here, but I decided to switch into my Corphish, which I would not be staying in, so I switched out my Corphish into my Sceptile to one-shot the Flygon, both the Flygons, and we beat Drake. That's simple. We just beat Drake. Next up, we're going to head into the champion room, and our opponent here will be champion. It's going to be Steven Stone. We want to start the battle against Steven using our Pikachu against him. We're going to Thunderbolt, put him down to low HP. He's going to Tox me, which is fine, completely fine. He's going to full restore up, I know that. So I decided to Thunderbolt once again, and now I want to Vote Switch out to preserve my Pikachu because he's going to take a little damage. I decided to switch into my Corphish next because I'm predicting he's going to switch up to his Cradily. I want to double into my Glalie. Glalie takes nothing to the Giga Drain, as you can see, and then I'm able to Frost Breath, which will always be a crit. And then I can Confuse Raid, but I'm able to Frost Breath once again to knock out the Cradily. Then he's going to switch to his Aggron. I'm like, what do I do here? I'm just going to ponder for a little bit. I'm just hoping I break through Confusion, and Earthquake does a lot of damage. Earthquake does a lot of damage, and I survive a Stone Edge with my Glalie somehow. So Earthquake will knock out the Aggron once again. He's going to switch out to his model next. I am able to switch out to my Corphish. Shouldn't have done that, but it works out for the best, so I can switch into my Muck. Muck is able to poison their model and then flinch him. How do I flinch him? Was that my ability? I think it's my ability, but I'm able to continuously lower his attack stat, as you can see, with Venom Drench, and I'm able to 1v1 their model. Once I beat their model, though, he puts me down to low HP. It's kind of a dangerous matter. I cannot switch out any of my Pokemon for this Claydol, because Claydol is going to do a lot of damage. I decided to stay in with my Muck and then just let the Claydol knock me out. I switch out into my Sceptile next. Sceptile will one-shot the Claydol with Leaf Blade. Boom, and knocked out. And then he's going to switch out into his Metagross. His final Pokemon is going to be a Mega Metagross. I decided to Earthquake it. Does about half to it, and then he's going to Zen Headbutt me. Does more than half, so that's dangerous. Luckily, one more Earthquake from my Mega Sceptile will knock out the Metagross. We've completed Pokemon Alpha Sapphire using only Ash's Pokemon. Now, what did I say? I clutched up. There might be two deaths, one coming in the champion room, one coming in from Watson, but theoretically I have no deaths because you know what, I played this pretty safely. My Pokemon were pretty decent. Surprisingly, I was waiting for more deaths at Winona and also at Kyogre. I was more planning to have Glalie and Sceptile to just kind of hone down the entire league. Outside of that, I was surprised that all my Pokemon survived into the last champion fight. Surprisingly, it worked out pretty well. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge videos just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. Really help my channel. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.